Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This of course is another anime reaction video. Today, we're getting into some more Eden Zero, finally. Been another week, episode 21. God damn it, it's so weird to think that we're actually almost done with this season, because after this, barring any potential, delays in, episodes, that happened, a few weeks ago, week or two ago, we had to wait 2 weeks or so. I forget how long it was. That's not important. But what is important is that we're very close. It's gonna be the start of October when the last episode for season 1's gonna air. That's crazy to think about. But in the last the last episode, sorry, Shiki and Homura are having to mine what was it, an absurd amount of stones, 100,000. We're probably gonna be battling some fucking huge monster, which is gonna be insane to see. Before Homura got dragged away, ready to see Shiki kick some ass to try and save her, and I especially am ready to hopefully see a little bit of Rebecca kicking some ass. Now that she has a way to get into the slums, from the Chad Nino himself. Last episode we reconfirmed that we all hate Labilia. I forget her name. Labilia, whatever. Labia. She's kind of a total bitch. So I was really glad to see Nino step up, even though he's also a really popular beekeeper. He's still a pretty nice guy, which I definitely respect. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens this episode. Oh, yeah, that's right. I almost forgot. Nino, it was brought to my attention. Nino's actually based on he's pretty much just completely named after a German Anituber by the same name, Nino Kerl, I believe, Kerl, who, looking into this German YouTuber, Anituber, he's also occasionally been in he's been in 2 really small roles in some anime, which is amazing to think about. That's cool. I never thought that would that's really cool. Really cool to see. It's cool to see Hiro Mashima putting some respect on his, I assume, fans' names. I assume Nino is a fan of Hiro Mashima's work. That's why Hiro Mashima put him there in the first place. But who knows? Either way, I'm ready to get started with episode 21. As always, unless you're new here, there will be links down in the description below, which will take you to the full-length uncut reaction. So go ahead, follow one of those links to watch the reaction, then come back to YouTube for the discussion. Without further ado, let's get started with episode 21 of Eden Zero. Talk about evil. I know it's kind of obvious, and I shouldn't have to say it. She's a very evil person. I don't know what her deal is, but God, this is gonna be to eventually be able to see a confrontation between her and the rest of the gang. That's gonna be so cool. But fuck, I can't believe we got a fucking cliffhanger on Valkyrie, because we've been searching for her for multiple episodes now. It's been, has it been more than a month since we visited Xiaomei, and we went on our way to try and find Valkyrie here. Ugh, I need to real quick, because now we've definitely seen all 3 of the shadowy figures walking towards the camera before they showed off Madame Kurenai during the opening. Yeah, that's all 3 of them. I didn't recognize Nino at first because I didn't know he was working for her until this episode, but that's definitely him in the middle with the I kind of really like how they did that shot. They kept them in silhouettes, but they have white highlights to highlight their most noticeable attributes. That's why I noticed the guy with metal on his face first during the opening. That's crazy. It's really interesting the place that Shiki as a character is going, because while he is kind of similar to a lot of happy-go-lucky protagonists that they'll make all the friends and beat all the bad guys, I think it's kind of interesting the way he's kind of again, like he was saying, he's still the demon king, so to speak. Even though he's not technically evil, he'll do whatever it takes to protect his friends, because that's what he cares about most. Is yeah, that's what other shonen protagonists are, but they're also concerned with saving the world as a whole. Shiki would save the world if it came down to it, but mostly because his friends live in it, not because specifically he cares about the world. At least that's what I feel. I might be totally off base with that, but I feel like I can say that sort of thing because it was mentioned in the last episode that everybody gets punished if you rebel against, the warden. But Shiki's like, okay, but you hurt my friend, so I don't really care what happens to you people. I'm gonna go save my friend and, beat the shit out of this fucking weirdo with the metal on his face. Ugh. So I kind of appreciate that about his character, is that he is like a good guy, and he's a very like, happy-go-lucky, I want to make friends guy. That's literally his in the beginning of the series, he just wants to make 100 friends in space. But he's gotten some like added depth and nuance as the series has gone on. Especially one of the ones I really enjoyed was when he was in, where was it? It was like 3 or 4 maybe, or no, maybe it was when they were on a Blue Garden and Happy got kidnapped and Shiki was like stuck underground and he found a robot that looked like Michael, and he was like struggling to try and fix him even though he doesn't have the ability to, and he felt so powerless. That was one of those moments where it was like, all right, Shiki's a good character. I love him, but Shiki's gotten like better and better in my opinion as a character as things have gone on, and I really appreciate that about this series so far. I think Mashima's done a really good job with like characterizing Shiki as like a person and as a character, and then I mentioned it during the episode, but I that combo attack was beautiful when we all worked together brought our different strengths together to beat that thing. I'm sure there's at least a few people out there that'll be like, oh, power of friendship. No, it's not. They didn't beat it just because they were friends. They beat it because they pooled together their abilities, their strengths, covered up for each other's weaknesses, and they went in and beat this seemingly impossible odd. It reminds me of the teamwork that was used specifically in the one of the arcs for Black Clover, one of the early arcs when they were fighting against Veto, where they had all 4 of them working. We're not 3 of them. Sorry, working together to beat Veto. It was just it's how you do team ups perfectly. Like this and Black Clover, they're really good at making like combo attacks and like team ups work really well. So oh god, I love that about this specific episode. I hope we get to see more of that later on. Pino being the information gather, especially that scene where she wasn't gonna make it and Shiki comes in. Like, I love just like that image of like Shiki and Rebecca, their feet pressed up against each other, like just that like that cool image, and then using his gravity powers and like kicking her up further. Oh, it's so satisfying. It's so simple, but so satisfying. It's executed really well. I'm curious how it looked in the manga, but either way, I'm really scared of what's gonna happen next, because Madame Kurenai, she's got a really scary look on her face, and she's apparently gonna burn down literally the entirety of the labor district or whatever, which is says a lot about her as a person, doesn't it? I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I think I'm especially scared of is Draken Joe. It's been a little while since he's appeared on screen. It's been a couple episodes, so since I'm watching this weekly, it feels like forever since the last time we saw Draken Joe. But she is technically working with him, but plans on betraying him. So that's just all of those things. She's working with Draken Joe. There's the guild leader on Blue Garden who's also giving information for money. So technically, yeah, working with Draken Joe. They're gonna burn down the labor district. Madame Kurenai wants to betray Draken Joe and keep all the money for herself. Fucking Xiaomei, really making me paranoid, alright, with, talking about how this story's gonna get real sadistic soon, because she's like the Oracle and whatever, and she has like an unknown, connection to Mother. We don't even know when Xiaomei met Mother, but there's so much, boy, but it's gonna suck to have to wait another week, but I guess them's the breaks. If you watched all the way to this point, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload in the future. It also helps me a lot. So, thank you once again for watching. Peace.